So for those of you guys that saw the cupboards that were missing and had asked a bunch of times, this is what Nico was doing. There's more to this video than this. This is going to be a video about a knife, but I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is just intro. We are going to talk about something else, but Nico knocked it out of the park on these doors. And we did carbon fiber on the handles. This one is actually upside down, needs to be flipped. But yeah, Nico did a really good job. So these ones came down, and since now he knows what he's got, exactly what he has to do, these ones will be quicker. So yeah, guys, if you're interested, if you're local here in San Diego area, well, even if you're not local, I can get you in touch with them. Oh, good evening, everybody. Sorry, tripod's a little crooked. I knocked it down earlier. This is an actual knife video, and it's an actual video. So it's been, I apologize. On top of the depression thing, I just have been busy. Not with knives, because you guys have not sent me anything. But I've been busy getting things ready. The wife and kid come back tomorrow, so I had things to do. And I went to go open a business account for the actual business under the business name, and there is a piece of paperwork that apparently I did not receive. So I had to call the folks at the company that set up my LLC for me and get them to send me that. So I honestly can't do that today or yesterday. So what I did today was clean up the house some more to get ready for the wife's arrival. That's neither here nor there. I know you guys hate it. Guys, I bet you guys just really hate it, because we're probably almost 2 minutes into this now, because there's an intro where I showed you the cabinets, which Nico nailed, and you haven't even seen the knife we're about to talk about. So here it is. This is a US made knife by a company here in California called Firstedge. Now, that starts off good, right? Sounds like it'd be something that's gonna sound amazing. This knife is horrible. I'm sorry, I have looked at it and it's just, I'd say it's horrible. There's probably people out there would like it, but there's just so many things in this knife that just scream everything opposite what I look for in a knife. So for me, this knife's pretty freaking horrible. First of all, let's look at it overall here, and then we'll look at it at my biggest problem with this is it is just so unfreaking comfortable. But it is an assisted opening. It does have an actual kind of a cool lock mechanism. When you push forward on that, it disengages. It's called the track lock, if I remember right. But let me get this turned around, and you can see firsthand some of the things that really just irritate. Everything that could irritate me on a knife is pretty much on this knife. So yeah, let's get this turned around and we'll take a look at it. All right, guys, let's look at it. Okay, so all the things that really drive me nuts about knives. Difficult hardware. I would probably have to make a spanner for that. Really grippy G10, which normally isn't a problem. There's a lot of pocket clip tension on this extremely uncomfortable pocket clip that is going to tear up my pants. So there's the first two things. Third thing, pocket clip. That pocket clip is a nightmare. It is so freaking uncomfortable. And you can see that they have put enough tension on that clip that is bent, like bowed out. And I mean, it is tight. So there's the first three things. Like I said, I'm not a fan of G10 without some manner of a smooth area. It tears your pockets up. It is grippy. It is a good grip on that, but that's just 4. It's heavy. Let's see, what have I got in my pocket? Look at the size. Let's look at size comparison. This Ferrum Forge knives are not small. Ferrum Forge Master Blaster, full titanium, even has a copper inlay, and it is still lighter than this. Mostly composite with a liner. Thumb stud, really rough. Nice thing, we'll let this guy go over. The nice thing is that it doesn't take much to deploy. There's not a lot of tension, but there's also, like, if you look here, where the grind comes down, but then they don't leave you much space. This should have been as low here, because it's actually, there's not much of that thumb stud. I don't know how well you can see it. It starts to thicken back up, so there's not as much of the thumb stud sticking out as there could have been. It's a lot thicker here than it is here. It should have kept going up, and then that thumb stud would have been easier access. But like I said, doesn't require a lot of pressure to deploy, and it's not difficult to close. It's pretty easy to close one-handed with this track lock. So just push forward on that piece, drops down. I'm not gonna try and show you, can see there's a spring in there, and I was gonna try and take this apart and show you how it kind of worked. Unfortunately, you can see there's gears, there's all kinds of stuff going on in here. So that gear, I'm not sure how all of this interacts. I was going to take it apart and show you, but once I got to look at the hardware, there was just no way. But here's the big thing. This is an 8-inch, actually it's an 8.2-inch overall knife. The blade. I don't know how they weren't able to do this. And I know, well, I do know why, because the pivot's set all the way back, as opposed to like something like this where you have a higher blade to handle ratio. That's a really good blade to handle ratio. Most of the Ferrum Forge knives are. This, absolutely not. This is one of the worst blade to handle ratios I've seen in a long time. 8-inch overall knife, 3.2-inch overall blade. Elmax steel, which is, it's a pretty good choice, but then, one, I don't like serrations to begin with, but these serrations are very, very pointed. They're not the scalloped teeth that you would see on some of the other knives where you have the smaller points and then the deep scallops. These are not, I tried to cut with it, they don't do a very good job. They just want to rip and tear because there's not enough scalloped area on these, offset by a couple small ones that are deeper down in. You're not getting the cut ratio you would on a Spyderco. These are deep, and then these don't protrude out so far like that. So you have more ability to use these sharp scalloped areas as opposed to these narrow ones that just tear. So, laundry list of things. It's not sculpted properly on both sides. If you're going to do this where it's comfortable to hold, you need to do something over here because now you've got a sharp area here. That's a hot spot. That's a hot spot. All right. It's just a big hot spot. But that blade to handle ratio is just unforgivable. 5-inch handle with a 3.2-inch blade. There's definitely room for improvement on that. It is very, very, you can see from the tip angle on this. Let me get it in focus. When you look at the tip, how blunt the tip looks, very, very thick. And instead of something like this or a lot of my other knives where the grind originates almost at the spine, almost like I do on my fixed blades, on my Hornets, way back here, that gives you that whole distance to thin that material out. And that way, even though you have a fairly thick blade stock, which you're looking at the same thickness blade stock, actually this one's a little thicker, and this is so much more blunt behind the edge because the origin of their grind is only this halfway point, so that doesn't let them have very much room to thin this out before they get to that apexing area, the sharpening bevel. So it's pretty. I do have to say, there's only one good thing. I don't mind the lock. That lock mechanism is smooth. It takes zero pressure to release that lock. So I think it just turned back around and we'll, jeez, I mean, I tried to give it a chance, guys. I really did. That pocket clip is, that should be a punishable offense. That pocket clip should be grounds for prison time. So, I mean, honestly, that pocket clip is, I think that's the worst pocket clip I think that's the worst pocket clip I've held in a very long time. Every day with this. It's getting worse. That's why I want to move. I'm tired of... They have a perfectly good freeway that the pilots could train and fly over, and yet they fly directly over my house. And I've called comptroller on the base and everything, but that's neither here nor there, because there they go. The other thing that I didn't mention is, this is a brick. This is bulky. It basically has all of the downsides of a folding knife with only maybe one positive, which is a pretty smooth locking mechanism. It is a pretty smooth, easy to release. Now, I didn't do a lot of hard testing. I didn't do any hard testing on this. This is not my knife. I borrowed this specifically for this because I've played with this a bunch of times up at the shop. This was given to Elliot. I think somebody was trying to showcase OEM abilities and things like that. But at any rate, it's not my knife, so I didn't do a lot of hard testing on it. But it doesn't take much for me to be able to look, just to have it in my hands a little bit and say, it's fucking horrible. You know, very rarely are there knives that I can't give you a good, like, you know, this is okay and this is okay. There's just so many bad things in that knife that I can't do anything. Can't say anything. My plan is going to be at least one more video tonight. Because the wife and kid fly in tomorrow. I have been busy trying to de-skunk the house. For those of you that don't know, the dog and I got sprayed right at the front door. Skunk sprayed into the house, got it on the carpet, on the tile, on the bed, on a $1,000 goose down comforter that my wife bought that I have spent days and days and days and days cleaning. It's been almost 2 weeks now. And I'm still finding areas of the floor that smell and things like that. So, guys, if things don't change with the way business is going, I am going to have to shut down. This is the serious part of this. I will have to try to find a job, my old job possibly, that was killing me. So not trying to burden this on all of you guys' backs, but if you know anyone that has knives, I would ask that you point in my direction. I'm not at all trying to say I want to burden my subscribers with the keeping me under a roof, but things are going to have to improve. They had been doing very well, and right now I have a couple of things that have come up that have covered me this month, but it's definitely not from sharpening. It was an order of knives. It was some other things that have occurred that gave me a little bit of a windfall for this month, but it has been horrible. It really has been horrible. That's one of the things that has had me depressed. I don't want to tell my wife that, hey, you were right, I shouldn't have done this. I mean, I love her, but I want her to be able to look at me and say, hey, you're right, you did this. So there's a website that should be coming. My friend Brian is helping me build a website. Awesome guy. So the website should be coming. I already know what the domain name is going to be. It's going to be getcrazysharp.com. So look for that. Keep your eyes open on that, and it should be under construction soon. So, all right, guys, I am going to do one more video, and then I think I've got a couple of things I need to do before I finish and go to bed, because I won't have time to do them tomorrow before the wife and kid get here. They arrive before noon tomorrow, and I don't intend to do much else but spend some time with them. And let's see, first person that can tell me what that says gets a shout out. Gets a shout out in another video. So, all right, guys. This one is probably gonna go up to Patreon first. The only one that hasn't recently was the one that was the depression video. So, all right, guys. I am gonna get off of here. I'm gonna grab the stuff for the other video and get those both, hopefully get them edited and get them posted up on the Patreon. And then tomorrow at noon, it will be up for you guys. I know it's not a full 24 hours, but I just don't want to wait past noon. So, all right, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you in a few minutes. For me. For you, it may be longer. All right, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.